Welcome back, everybody. Today, we're going to be doing a deep dive into the world of fashion and fandom.
And football.
And football. Who knew? We're looking at how Taylor Swift has turned a simple hallway at Arrowhead Stadium into her own personal runway.
Her own personal runway, yeah. I mean, I thought this was just going to be a quick little fun thing, oh, Taylor Swift goes to a football game, what's she wearing? But it is like so much more.
So much more, and it's fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
So our jumping off point here is an article titled, How Taylor Swift Turned an Arrowhead Hallway into Her Personal Runway.
Right.
Let's just start with the basics. What is her game day routine? So picture, you arrive.
Okay, so
You arrive an hour early. You hop on a golf cart.
an hour early, okay.
And then there's the walk down the red and gold tunnel at Arrowhead.
And it's like instant. I mean,
it's instant.
Oh yeah, photos online before she even sits down. Fans are recreating the look.
Yep.
I mean, it's like
There's the business angle, because of course, whatever she's wearing is going to
sell out, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say she's a walking billboard.
Oh yeah, a walking billboard for sure.
And not just for, these big fashion houses. This is like real, tangible impact on businesses.
There's this great story about this woman named Aliette Buttleman, and her company is Facet Beauty.
Oh, the glitter freckles.
Yeah, the glitter freckles. Like, she wanted Swift to wear them so bad.
I know. Like, she had this goal. This was like her whole thing.
That was the goal.
And then it happened less than 6 months after starting her company.
Yeah.
I know. And she goes to a Saints game.
Yeah.
And she's wearing these metallic freckles.
Yeah.
And Buttleman makes a TikTok.
Oh, I saw that TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, it went super viral, right?
Like 7 million views or something.
7 million views. And then,
and then her sales, I mean, talk about a jump.
Yeah, what was it like?
3,500%. I mean,
whoa.
And now she's working with, major retailers.
Really?
Yeah, and corporate partnerships. All from the,
Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift effect. Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty amazing.
So we know that she has this incredible impact.
Yeah.
But what is it about her style that resonates so much?
Well, let's bring in an expert.
Okay.
We've got Sarah Chappelle, who wrote Taylor Swift's style, which was New York Times bestseller.
Oh, okay.
And she's been following Taylor's style for 13 years.
Oh, wow. Okay, so she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah.
So what has she noticed?
She's talking about this evolution.
This evolution
of two distinct seasons
of style.
Of style at Arrowhead.
Okay.
So season 1 was, a lot more vintage, supporting women-owned businesses.
Right.
And that supportive girlfriend look. Like, she'd incorporate Kelce's number.
Oh, that's smart.
A lot.
Yeah.
But then season 2 is...
Okay, and what's season 2?
She just seems more confident, bolder, experimenting with different patterns like plaid, checkered.
Yeah, I did notice that.
But she still kept some of those, vintage elements.
Okay, so building on what she'd already established.
Yeah, and then you can't forget that Super Bowl look.
Oh, the Super Bowl.
Chappelle called it nostalgic, referencing past game day looks.
Yeah.
And it's really resonating with her fans.
Bringing it all together.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, it makes you think maybe this wasn't just some random thing. Are the Chiefs in on this too?
Right.
Did they
see what was happening and capitalize on it?
Well, I mean, think about it. At first, photographers were,
just kind of
happening to catch her walking by.
Yeah.
But now they're
ready. They're lined up in the tunnel waiting for her.
It's an event.
It's an event, yeah.
Isn't it?
And it's not just good for, Taylor.
Right, it's good for the Chiefs brand too.
Yeah. And Taylor's totally playing into this.
Yeah. She knows what she's doing. Every look is so
intentional. Yeah. And then there's you can't forget about Joseph Cassell-Falconer.
Her stylist.
Her stylist, yeah.
He's been with her for over a decade.
So he's the one who's helping to curate.
Yeah, putting together those game day looks.
Yeah, it's not just random, it's a strategy.
Big strategy.
This is blowing my mind.
It's more than just a hallway now.
Yeah.
This is a whole
cultural moment.
Cultural
phenomenon.
Deeper into this.
Yeah, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Okay.
Yeah. It really is fascinating to see how this persona is playing out.
It's like they're playing chess and everyone else is playing checkers.
Right.
And I keep thinking back to this idea of storytelling.
Oh, yeah.
Each outfit is a chapter in this bigger narrative.
I totally agree. She's not just dressing for the game. She's creating this whole visual language that speaks to her fans, referencing her music, her life, and just how her image is changing.
And it's clearly resonating. We've talked about the business impact, but what about the cultural side of things?
Oh, absolutely. We're seeing it everywhere, like fan art, social media, even other celebrities.
Oh, interesting.
Like how they're approaching public appearances. It's like she's redefined what it means to be a style icon today.
It's like she's created this blueprint for how to use your style to have the most impact.
Yeah, maximum impact.
You know, all this talk about style has me thinking, is there anyone else in this story whose style has been impacted?
Well, Sarah Chappelle, who we talked about earlier,
the
style expert. She's noticed that even Travis Kelce has like upped his fashion game. Like she's noticed this new playfulness.
The Taylor Swift effect.
Yeah. Like he's experimenting more.
Wow, so it's spreading to the players too.
She seems like it.
That's amazing.
I know, right?
It's like her influence is like going throughout the whole organization.
Shredding throughout. It's not just about her style. It's like she's encouraging everyone to be themselves.
Oh, that's great.
Express themselves.
I love that.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe she'll spark a fashion revolution in the whole NFL.
From a hallway to a fashion revolution.
Would go pretty incredible, right?
Okay, so we've talked about like the specifics. But what does this whole thing tell us about personal branding today?
I think it's the perfect example of how to build a brand that is not only like successful, but like really means something. Like she's not just selling clothes or music, she's selling a whole idea, a lifestyle, a way to belong.
And people are buying into it.
Big time.
Literally and figuratively,
Yeah, and it all comes down to this idea of communication. Like fashion is her way to connect with her fans.
And that hallway.
Yeah, it's become her stage to show her style.
It's really...
Yeah, and reinforce her brand.
Brilliant. She's turned this ordinary hallway into this tool.
I know, right?
For self-expression and branding.
It reminds me that innovation can happen anywhere.
Yeah.
All you need is like a little creativity, willingness to think differently, and understand your audience.
And
I think she's
nailed all of that.
Yeah, but is there a downside to all this?
That's a great question, because it does make you think about authenticity and this pressure to be perfect.
Right, because it is so
all the time
carefully curated.
Yeah, it's like, is the real Taylor getting lost behind all this?
That's a good question. Can you be this controlled and still be authentic?
I think she's going to have to figure that out.
Yeah.
Because too much control can feel fake, you know?
Right.
But too little, you can lose your focus.
Right. So it's like finding that...
Yeah, that sweet spot.
That balance, you know? I never thought I'd be so fascinated.
Me neither. I know. But she's made it into something else entirely.
It's more than just a hallway.
So much more.
You know, I think it's time to wrap up this part of our deep dive.
Yeah.
It's been a really fascinating look at fashion, fandom, celebrity in the digital age.
It's been great.
To our listeners, we hope this episode has given you some food for thought about the power of your choices, the ways these different worlds of sports, entertainment, and fashion can collide.
Yeah, in such unexpected ways.
And we'll be back soon with another deep dive into something else. Another fascinating topic.
You know, as we're wrapping up this deep dive into Taylor Swift's Arrowhead runway, I'm wondering, like, where does this go from here?
Right. I mean, it feels like we're just seeing the beginning.
Yeah, like the impact on fashion, how the Chiefs are adapting. Could this hallway become even more than just a runway?
Well, I mean, Taylor's always been big on using her platform to support causes that are important to her. So it wouldn't be surprising if she turned the Arrowhead runway into
a platform.
Platform for something.
Yeah. Okay, I like where you're going with this.
So imagine her like partnering with local designers, artists in Kansas City, and showcasing their work
as part of her look,
as part of her game day looks. Like giving them this amazing exposure.
It's like a fashion incubator.
Yeah.
Using her influence to help these local creative.
Or she could even use it to, like, highlight different charities, organizations in Kansas City.
Oh, wow.
And each outfit could tell a story. Not just about the fashion,
right,
but about what that organization is doing.
Like turning the runway into a force for good.
Exactly. Like shining this light on issues that matter.
It all started with this walk down a hallway.
I know. It's become so much bigger than just a fashion statement.
Just about self-expression, branding, community, maybe even social change.
Yeah, and who knows what's next.
Yeah, it makes you think about how one small thing can have such a ripple effect.
Yeah, like it shows you got to be open to those unexpected moments.
Yeah.
Those little things that can turn into something huge.
I think that's a great takeaway. For our listeners, we hope this deep dive has inspired you to look for those moments.
Yeah, those connections. Those things that might seem small but could be something really amazing.
It's all about staying curious.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, keeping your eyes open. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Taylor Swift's Arrowhead Runway.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll be back soon with another deep dive into something else that's going to blow your mind.
Yeah, something interesting. Until then, keep exploring.
Keep those minds open.
See you next time.